I had a question about the host code the other day. If you're shopping with me, um, this is the host code for the month, but do not use it if your order is $150 or more. Okay, so because then you earn the Stampin' rewards for free product. This is $150 before shipping and tax. Okay. Oh, great, Linda. Yeah, love those paper pumpkins. Okay, so this is my giveaway. I tried to print it, but my printer wouldn't get the whole thing, so I had to use my teacher writing and try to get it on this poster. So, chance to win a mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Receive one entry with each $25 in product purchase from my online store from now until the end of the month. Tax and shipping not included, so it's $25 in product. Okay. And I'll announce the winner on September 3rd. And if your order is less than 150, please use the host code. And there's no purchase necessary to enter. You leave a comment on my blog post of the August 17th blog post at inkandinspirations.com. You'll see it. It has this picture, and some people have left comments already, and you get one entry for that. Okay. All right, so it's celebration, and I know everybody's been having a great time getting some of those wonderful celebration gifts. Bacon and tomato sandwich, Diana, that sounds delicious. Woo. Okay, so last week I drew a name for sharing and commenting. For sharing, Lynn Chapman gets the holiday rhinestones. For commenting, Kathy Satterwhite gets the card. Okay. Hey, Debbie. All right. So this week, I decided to do something different. Like you all know that tonight, hey, Karen, tonight on my YouTube channel, I have my premiere, and I'm going to give away for commenting on YouTube, and I'm giving away for sharing on Facebook. So this week, for sharing this video here, and you have to comment shared. And guys, when you share, you need to do it on your personal page, okay? Don't put it on another demonstrator's page. Don't, put it on your personal page when you share it. Right, Lynn? Okay, so I have this, and I don't even remember the name of this embossing folder. If anybody does, you can put it up there. You see it? But I would love to share this with someone. It is a great embossing folder. So I'll do a drawing out of those of you that share, and I will send that to someone. So let me get these prizes out of the way. Okay. And let's go ahead and get started. So, okay. So you saw in my description that I am doing a video of a card that shows off your designer paper. Okay. Now, which designer paper am I talking about this week? Okay. I have waited for this paper for so long, and I finally got it in, and y'all probably know which one I'm talking about. Hey, Carol. It's this beautiful Expressions in Ink. Oh my goodness. Do you have this paper? If not, order it now. Okay. It is just beautiful. The gold metallic. Look at this. And I'm using it tonight on the premiere too, and you're not going to want to miss that. So go over there and click that little bell so you'll get a reminder. Okay. Look. Okay. And then that. This one, I'm using this one tonight on the project. And colors. I love it. Oh, Debbie, good. All right. And then this one. Okay. That's Polished Pink and Magenta Madness in this. And then this is kind of odd. You think, okay, what am I going to do with that? Well, I'm going to show you how I'm going to use a center portion today. But you can also cut to use a card front where the color is at the top. Okay. So yeah, it's gorgeous. Woo. Look, I think this is probably my favorite. Look at that. And I know this is not new, but it's new to me. I ordered it when we could pre-order as a demonstrator, and I got maybe 2 packages, and I used it all. I used it for my incentive trip swaps. And so, and maybe something else. Oh, look at that. And so I didn't have any. And then it went into unorderable because this specialty paper with the metallic comes from outside of the US. And yet we all know what the shipping issues are like. Okay. And so that's why it took so long to get it in. So note to you, anytime there is a paper that has metallics in it, or it's different than just our plain flat printed paper, if you want it, you need to order it as soon as it's available, okay? Because if it goes into back order, it could be a while, okay? So this I'm using today, and I want this mainly. I need a 5 1/4 by 12-inch piece of designer paper. This is the flip side, okay? So I'm gonna get my trimmer in here. And I need 5 1/4 by 12. Okay, so I'm going to slide this into my trimmer, and I'm going to get as much of this as I can. Okay, so let me see. I'll cut off a little bit there, but that's okay. You can't see the bottom. See where I've got it going? It's going to cut off a little bit there. All right, so here, I just cut it off. So now I want to come down 5 1/4. And of course, we're going to save this, right? Because boy, howdy, that's a pretty strip of paper. Okay, so let's turn this way. And then I'm going to go 5 1/4. Okay, so I'm losing some of this, but no biggie. It's okay. Sorry, I keep clearing my throat. Sorry about that. But I know you'd rather that than a frog in my throat. So, all right, here we go. 5 1/4. After I slice it, I'm thinking, oop, was it the right cut? Okay, and we'll save this. This would make a pretty card front. Cut it at 5 1/4 and use it for a landscape card. That side and that side. I think that's what I'll do. Okay, so now we have this. Now we're going to score it at 4 and at 8. So we're just dividing this 12-inch strip of paper into the 3 sections, okay? So let's do this. And then I can turn it around so I don't have to pull my arm out. Save a little space here and score it at 4 again. Okay. So I'm going to take this. This is going to be the inside, and I'm trying to work with, I think this is going to be my outside. Okay. So I'm just going to press it with my fingers here. Like that. Okay, so that basically is our card. Okay, so let me show you what we're going to do with it. I'm going to go ahead and give that a good crease with your bone folder. And now, let me find my pieces here. The next pieces are what we're going to mount it on. So I have some Just Jade, which is one of the colors in the paper, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Okay. Then I have Shaded Spruce, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And that's going to layer over top. And that really is the sturdy base of our card. Okay. You could make a card just with the designer paper, but I like the sturdiness of our cardstock. And I know you all agree, you cannot beat our cardstock for color and just the richness of it, the weight of it. I should have refilled my glue, sorry. Okay, wouldn't you know? So I'm going to have to, oh, I'm going to be so upset because I can't use it. I'm not going to bore you with refilling that. But I'm going to save that for when I need just a tad. That did pretty good. A new bottle works well for me, but once I start getting to the bottom and shaking it down on these bottles, sometimes I make the big mess. Okay, so there's our base. And now we're going to take this designer paper, again, 5 1/4 by 12, scored at 4 and 8. Okay, and the back of it is going to glue down over that. Okay, so let's do that. Fold it like you want. Find what you want for your front. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this down. Jackie was in here a while ago. He has some friends coming over, and they needed some him to tie them some fishing flies, fishing lures. And I said, "Are you going to need to be in my studio after a while?" He went, "Well, yeah." I said, "I have my live." You know, it's like, he's good. He knows to come in, and if he's in here, he's quiet. But, you know, you can't have a conversation in the background. So he said, "I'll go in there before you get started." He's so sweet. And then lock the door, and no one will go in. So the door is locked. Okay, here we go with this. All right. So now we're going to work with the embellishing on the outside. And let me make sure I have all this. Okay, so I have been using the heck out of the brush metallic cardstocks. Okay. And so I used about a 2.5 by 5 piece of the gold. And I die cut this die from the bundle that we're using today, Artistically Inked. And so this is a beautiful die. This one is too. I'm using that tonight. Don't forget to tune in. YouTube. So I have that. Okay, I'm going to leave that on there. I have a piece of Just Jade 3 by 4 to die cut. And what I die cut, and I've already done that, is I used one of my Tasteful Labels dies, this beautiful frame right here, and I die cut one of those. Okay, and that's going to go on the front there. And then you'll need a piece of scrap in Shaded Spruce for the sentiment. Okay, and then I have a piece of basic white for the inside, 3 7/8 by 5, and we'll work with this in just a minute. Okay, so I cut that. Then I used my time-worn type. Have y'all seen this in the mini catalog? It is, if you like vintagey, old world look, and even if you don't, this one is one to get. Look at that. It's just like an old worn text out of an old book. And it has some words on it. You don't really know what it says, but you would notice if it was upside down. So I try to always look at my piece after I emboss it to make sure I don't have my words upside down, even though, okay, so I see the word never. So I've got to turn it this way. So see how pretty that is? That's in Just Jade. And yeah, it's a great embossing folder. That is going to go like right here. And then this piece that I die cut is going to kind of frame that. You seeing how it's coming together? And then the sentiment is going to go across here. But before we do any of that, we're going to jazz this up a little bit. Okay, are you ready? Okay, so I have somewhere my Gilded leafing. Anybody like to use this? It can get away from you, but that's why I have this deep shoebox container to contain it. Okay, and I have a Stampin' sponge or a wedge of it that I use just for things like this, and I'm going to put some glue on it, some of my liquid glue. And so let me just do that and spread. And you can do this several different ways. One way, like if you want to go around the edge, do like this. Okay, and then Or you can do a little like that. And then you should have your silicone mat underneath, because that can be washed. And I probably have too much on here, but we're going for it. So, okay, I've got that glue on there, okay? And then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to press it down in here, okay? And you don't do it too fast, because you know what happens? Poof, look, it's going to get all over me. I didn't make too big of a mess yesterday when I was playing with it. And there you have, look at that. But you're going to take this sponge. Now leave this one in here. And I've got quite a bit. This is more than I wanted it to be on here. But it's okay. It's going to be pretty. But like if you want just barely, you would just put a little bit and squiggle it around. And you really don't even have to sponge it. You could just put some squiggles of glue. Okay. So there, see? Isn't that pretty? And the embossing does still show through it. That's what I like. So I'm gonna rub on this and see if I can get some of the loose off. And see, I can see some of the Just J through there. Okay. There we go. That's what I want. I didn't want solid gold. I'll show you my sample. And you can see. I mean, you might want it solid gold, but I wanted that like messy look, you know. Okay, let's leave that. Okay. All right, so let me put the lid on this. What do I do with it before I have a big mess? All right. So here we go. We have that now. So I'm going to pull this over back in. And that's going to go there. You see how that just makes it? I think it just makes it, okay? There's a little more down here than I wanted, but it's okay. Okay, and yeah. Let me get a wet wipe and get my hands clean. So has anyone used this gold leafing with glue like this? You know, there's lots of different ways to use it. I'm cleaning my hands. All right. Okay, now I'm not ready to glue anything down yet. I want to go ahead and do my sentiment. So I've got Versamark ink and this beautiful thanks. And I'm going to stamp it on here. And get my gold embossing powder. You can get the embossing powders now in like a basics with the black, the white, and then the metallics. Okay. And I can tell you from experience, and Karen, if you're watching, Karen Greenlee, you know that embossing powder can get old, because I had some that didn't work. It just didn't melt. And there's no telling how long I had it. So now I've got my heat tool. Heating it up. And it really makes a difference when you've got good new embossing powder. Look at that. It's even dimensional. Yeah, Karen, remember? Okay, so now we're going to fussy cut this out. Y'all know me and my fussy cutting. I'm just going to cut out around the script, leaving about, I guess if I had to measure it, it would be about 1/16 of an inch. Okay, and so I'm going to go around here. So on this, first of all, this is a beautiful curvy script, and I thought it would look really pretty, fussy cut out. And sometimes just a label or a strip of cardstock is like too hard looking for a card, I think, for me. And for this card in particular, I needed something a little different than a label or just cutting a strip of this cardstock. So let me show you. See what I mean? Okay. So a point for not using too much gold on here is you don't want to lose this. You know, you don't want that to get lost in all the gold. I still think it's pretty though. Okay, so I think I'm ready to start assembling this. Super easy. So I'm going to put down this piece first. Yes, Diana. Yeah, you were here too and saw that. I mean, it was like, what? We were embossing something, and Karen put it on her card, and when she blew it, or was it you, Diana? One of you. And it just blew the embossing powder off. It's like, what? What's going on? So yeah, it can get old. Okay, so now I'm doing this. And let's see if I can beat this down, and I'll refill this after a while. I've got some more crafting to do today, and I have some kits to cut for all of you that ordered during that. My thank you kit with the Whimsy and Wonder. So I'm going to start cutting those. And I have some sewing to do. Put that on the list. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to take this. You don't have to do every bit of it, okay? So I'm coming over here where this leaf is almost to the edge. Then I'm just going to press down. It was Karen with the angel. Yes, yes. Oh, man, that was something. Well, I'm here to tell you, the gold, you see how much better it is now. Okay. Okay, I think I need a little more glue down here. This little branch is very flexible. It is beautiful, Diana. Oh, I love it. Okay, so here we go with that. And now we have our sentiment, and it's going to go across right there. So I'm going to use mini Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of this because I want it to pop off just a little bit. So my dad and my brother are driving up this weekend, so I'm excited about that. My dad's looking forward to coming back and going fishing. Okay, let's see. Right over there. Okay. So there's a lot going on there, I know. But, you know, some cards are just like that. But I really wish I would not have put as much glue down here. Okay. I'll show you. Look at this one. See? It's more of the jade showing through. So let me put my embellishments here, and I'm using these wonderful gems. And let me get my take your pick tool. And I'm going to get one of the large ones and put it here. And then get two more, another big one. I think I'll just put one there and do a small one at the bottom. I'm running out of these. Look how many of the gold I've used. 3. Okay, now let's work on the inside. I decided to do a little bit of stamping. Let me get this out of the way here. I'm going to get a piece of scrap paper and this 3 7/8 by 5. Thank you, Karen. 3 7/8 by 5 piece of basic white. And I have this leaf from the set. Okay. So on the sample card, I used the ink full strength, like first generation stamping. So I'm going to try second generation on this one because it was a little bold. And so I think I'm going to go on this side this time. Stamp off. Stamp off. Stamp off. Okay, now I'm going to clean my stamp. I can find my scrub. I mean, not my scrub, what do you call it? Chamois. And then I'm going to use jade and do the same thing. Let's move this out of the way. All right, here we go. It's really dark. Now this is this is jade. It's really dark. I think I want a lighter green. So you know what I'm going to use? I'm going to pull out Pear Pizzazz. I used jade on the other one, but I think I want to try the Pear Pizzazz. So let's do this. Stamp off. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Yeah. Okay, so second generation stamping again, and I'm not worried about if I go over. Yeah, I wanted there to be a distinctive difference between the two greens, and you'll see on the other one, there's not as much. Off. There we go. Okay, let's put this up. And then I'm going to open this up. And let's put some glue on the back. And put it, and this is where we will write our message, our thank you message. But you could make this into a birthday card or anything. That die set, Debbie, is from Artistic Dies. This is a bundle in the annual catalog. Thank you, Pam. Okay. And tonight on the live, no, not the live, the premiere, the live premiere, I'm using this particular die. Okay. So you won't want to miss that. It's a fun fold. You're going to want to make it. Okay. All right. So here's our card. What you think? Isn't it pretty? Here's the first one. Now see here how the greens are, it's what's in here, but let's compare. Which one do you like better? Either or, huh? This one's fine. I used jade first, and then I accented with the shaded spruce. That's probably what I should have done on this one, but it still is fine. Okay. All right. Okay. So thank you so much for joining me today. Be sure you visit me on YouTube. I should have the link here somewhere on this page where you go to it. Set a reminder. There's a little bell. It says premiering in so many hours. Click the little bell, and then it'll remind you when it gets time. And if you sign into Google or YouTube, your account there, you can comment live. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for those who shared. Thanks, Pam and Karen. All right. I'll see you all later, hopefully tonight on YouTube. All right. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.